Imagine narrowly escaping death, finding fortune in the most unlikely places, or having the universe reward you when you least expect it. Jaw-dropping, mind-boggling, heart-soaring events that defy every statistical expectation. These are the twists that make life unbelievable. You will not believe some of the regular folks who actually stumbled into the most insane good luck. Here are 10 unbelievable good luck stories that actually happened. The Lottery Lifesaver. Picture this, it's April 2019 in St. Louis, Missouri. A night shift janitor named Roger Mitchell, working for a private cleaning company at a large office complex, is doing his usual rounds late, sweeping floors and emptying trash cans. Roger has been having a tough time. Medical bills, car troubles, and his daughter's upcoming college tuition looming. During his break, he stops by a convenience store and, on impulse, buys a $2 scratch-off lottery ticket. You already know where this is going. He figures that he has nothing to lose, so he scratches it during his break sitting in his truck, and the symbols line up. The $1 million jackpot. He can't believe it. Other workers joke that he's got janitor's luck, except this time, that joke pays off big time. He jumps out of the truck in disbelief, doing a little celebratory dance in the parking lot as his coworkers rush to see what happened. Within days, he's paying off debts, buying a used SUV in decent condition, and setting up a college fund for his daughter. But what makes it really unbelievable is the timing. A random scratch-off, a tired night shift, a single impulse purchase, and suddenly fortune flips on him in a life-changing way. Although I will say, if you do get a lottery ticket, don't do a little dance because people are going to ask if you won the lottery, and you should probably keep that quiet, at least for a while. The Airplane Miracle. It was October of 2021, a transatlantic flight from London Heathrow to New York JFK. A passenger, Maria Delgado, a 45-year-old woman, had been sedated for a minor procedure earlier that morning, went into a coma unexpectedly, and she's now unconscious in her seat. Flight attendants and medical personnel on board are panicking. There's no doctor volunteer. As the flight continues, Maria suddenly stirs, opens her eyes, and sits up breathing normally. Fellow passengers gasp. She asks, confused, "Where am I?" Doctors on the flight confirm she's stabilized. The pilot diverts the plane to Ireland, where paramedics board and get her a hospital safely. The entire incident becomes headline news, a mid-flight no warning resuscitation. Airlines later cite this as a medical miracle. Maria attributes it to divine timing, calling it the most surreal moment of her life. The fact that she woke up in a pressurized cabin mid-ocean without a medical team on board and fully coherent is nothing short of miraculous. Surviving the storm. Flash floods and deserts come out of nowhere, and in September of 2022, in the Sonoran Desert, a weekend camping trip turned into a nightmare for the Patel family from Scottsdale, Arizona. Brothers Dev and Arjun, along with their parents Sunita and Raj, set up camp near Tonto Basin. An unexpected monsoon storm unleashes an angry torrent, washing away their tents, blankets, and supplies. They're separated. Raj and his sons are swept down a dry wash towards rocky canyons, and Sunita is stranded near scattered debris. Hours later, a rescue helicopter spots Dev and Arjun still clinging to the protruding boulder, soaked but alive. Sunita, shouting, gets caught behind a fallen tree but manages to scramble to higher ground. Rescuers find her half buried in mud and miraculously alive. No one's injured beyond scrapes and shock. The timing was eerily fortunate. The helicopter crew was already conducting unrelated aerial surveys nearby and diverted instantly when they heard the storm. It could have been death in minutes, but the convergence of a nearby helicopter on survey duty, stubborn survival, and rapid cooperation from local authorities meant the whole family walked away unharmed. The family called it the luck of the desert gods. The $10 treasure. In June of 2023 in Des Moines, Iowa, a collector enthusiast named Angela Jenkins is browsing weekend yard sales for old furniture and knickknacks. At one small sale, she spots a plain scratched wooden box, priced at $10. Inside, she discovers a set of old sheet music and a tucked away rolled up piece of paper. It's a handwritten original composition by a minor but historically noted jazz musician, Clifford Fingers Malone, who died in the 1970s and whose early works are extremely rare. Angela takes photos, posts them to a specialist jazz collector forum, and is contacted by a music memorabilia auction house. To her astonishment, experts authenticate it, and it goes to auction, realizing $250,000. $10,000. The incredible part isn't just the value, it's that the box was sitting unlabeled in a random yard sale, priced dirt cheap, and the buyer had just enough savvy even to look inside. Angela later donates a portion of her windfall to jazz education programs in her region. She calls the moment one of those blink and you'll miss it miracles, because had she walked by that box even a minute, it might have stayed a forgotten relic. The lifeguard hero. On a scorching July 2024 afternoon at Jones Beach, New York, an 8-year-old boy named Ethan Rivera gets pulled out by a sudden rip current just beyond the breakers. Panic spreads among the beachgoers. Ethan's loyal golden retriever Max, who had been lazing on the sand, bolts into the surf without hesitation. Max grabs Ethan by the shirt and starts towing him parallel to shore, working with the current until help arrives. A nearby lifeguard, alerted, swims out and helps pull Ethan and Max back to the sand safely. The boy is shaken but fine. Max is hailed as a hero. The beach posts viral footage. The dramatic rescue captured by onlookers goes global. But the unbelievable twist, Max wasn't a trainer water rescue dog, just a family pet. But instinct and unwavering loyalty turned him into an unsung hero. Ethan's parents later arranged for Max to receive a local Canine Lifesaver Award, and the story spreads widely as an example of extraordinary canine devotion. Well, that and lucky timing, because the lifeguard and family were both at the exact spot at the exact time. The rescue text. In August of 2023 in rural Saskatchewan, a grain farmer named Lars Bjornsson is harvesting canola in a large field. His phone rings, though timing couldn't be worse, just as he's reaching to flip a switch on a heavy piece of equipment. The message is from his son Mark, who lives in Regina, simply checking in. Lars glances down, sees Mark's name, and hesitates. But that pause, just a few seconds, allows him to pull his hand back before the machinery engages. Moments later, the equipment kicks on automatically, narrowly missing his hand. Without that call, even if unintended, he'd likely have had a severe injury. Lars, still shaken, says it's the luckiest interruption of his life. His son says that he just had a weird feeling to call for that moment for no reason. That perfectly timed check-in becomes headline news in local media and a cautionary, inspiring tale of how a seemingly mundane message can change everything. The restaurant jackpot. In December of 2022 in Lyon, France, a food-loving couple, Emma and Lucas Fournier, are vacationing and stumble upon a small, unassuming bistro. They're starving, and so they go in on a whim. The restaurant turns out to have been just awarded its first Michelin star that very day, but the owners haven't made the public announcement yet. The couple happens to be the first diners that evening. When the chef and the manager realize who they are, they're among the first official guests that earned the star. They comp them the entire meal, a multi-course tasting menu, paired wines and all. They leave having a world-class experience essentially for free, simply because chance placed them in the right place at the right time, with the staff still in celebratory yet private mood. They post about it later, feeling like the luckiest tourists in the world. It becomes a charming story in travel and food blogs. Unplanned venture turns into gourmet destiny. The lost and found fortune. In March of 2025, in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado, a hiker named Javier Morales, exploring a trail near Estes Park, spots something glinting in the snow near a stream. He discovers an engagement ring encrusted with a large diamond, estimated value over $1 million, lost a day or two before. He posts on a local hiking group page, hoping to find the owner. The ring belongs to a tourist couple, Alice and Michael Carter, who lost it during a proposal attempt near the waterfall. They were devastated. Javier meets them on a trail and returns it without even asking for a reward. I'm gonna be honest, he's a better man than me, because I probably would have been like, maybe a little something, little something. The Carters, overwhelmed with gratitude, offer Javier a trip to anywhere they're headed next. Javier declines, but later calls it one of the kindest offers he's ever received. The ring finds its way home thanks to the honesty and sheer luck both ways, the couple losing the ring and a kind hiker spotting it before it disappeared forever under snow or into the stream. It's a story that circulates widely among outdoor and human interest publications as an emblem of honesty met with luck. The coincidental reunion. This is one of the most astonishing stories you'll ever hear. In November of 2023 in Oslo, Norway, Sophia Hansen, 34, adopts a 6-month-old baby from a local orphanage. At the same time, a woman named Ingrid Larsen, also 34, searches for her long-lost twin who she'd never met, given up for adoption at birth. Through a strange string of coincidences, a social media group for adoptees, a shared birthday, and a rare genetic trait, they connect, exchange photos, and realize they're identical twins separated at birth. DNA tests confirm it. They meet for the first time at a cafe in Oslo and are overwhelmed. The odds of matching on all those variables, same birthday, physical appearance, genetic markers, only to connect via a general online group is astronomical. News outlets call it a twin miracle, and the emotional reunion becomes a story of synchronicity, timing, and unbelievable luck. The public's reaction is tearful. Friends say it could make a movie. It's a reminder that sometimes the universe conspires to bring us exactly who we need. Life-saving passport mix-up. And finally, one of the most heart-stopping of all. In March of 2025, amid conflict zones in Eastern Europe, a family with a newborn baby needs evacuation. Their passports are destroyed in a shockwave near the border. They rush to the nearest checkpoint and they're barred. Meanwhile, a volunteer aid worker, Alina Petrova, notices the frantic family and realizes the passports look recent but have blasted edges. She remembers a completely different family, another group who she'd helped earlier that day, who'd accidentally handed over passports that looked oddly similar. The aid workers find those passports and realize the mix-up. The documents actually belong to the original mom with her newborn. The passports are swapped back by sheer luck. No one knows how deeply it could have gone wrong. As they board an evacuation transport minutes later, the family embraces, tears and relief flooding down their faces. Alina describes it as the luckiest mistake a stranger ever fixed. That tiny window saved a life by moments. Just a punctuation error, a mix-up, and one woman's intuition means survival. It's the most unbelievable good luck story, but absolutely real. So that's it. Let me know which one of these stories you guys thought was most interesting, or if you have your own just amazing good luck story, leave it in the comments. Leave a like as well while you're down there, and I'll see you in the next video.